NASA SpaceX Crew-11 rocket launch, liftoff time, viewing spots. The launch of NASA and SpaceX's Crew-11 mission from Florida is more than just a rocket liftoff. It's a spectacular event that brings space exploration right to the doorstep of the Space Coast. But here's where it gets controversial. Weather delays and exact timing make catching the launch a real challenge for spectators. So, when exactly will this exciting event take place near Cape Canaveral? And where can you best see it? NASA's Kennedy Space Center and the nearby Cape Canaveral Space Force Station are the premier Florida launch sites where these incredible rockets blast off. The Florida Today space team will be streaming live coverage starting 2 hours prior to the launch window, providing real-time updates, countdowns, and expert insights. This can be accessed online at floridatoday.com/space. Originally scheduled to launch on Thursday, July the 31st, 2025 at 12:09 p.m. Eastern Time, the Crew-11 mission was postponed due to unfavorable weather conditions near the launch site, a reminder of just how unpredictable space launches can be. The next attempt is set for Friday, August 1st, 2025 at 11:43 a.m. Eastern Time. These shifts can be frustrating, but are crucial to ensure safety for both the crew and the spacecraft. The mission involves 4 astronauts, NASA's Zena Cardman and Mike Finke, Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency's Kilia Yui, and Roscosmos cosmonaut Oleg Platonov. They will journey to the International Space Station aboard a SpaceX Dragon capsule, which rides atop the Falcon 9 rocket. This spacecraft combo has become a workhorse for NASA's crewed missions, blending innovative technology and commercial spaceflight advancements. Visibility for launches in Florida's Space Coast area depends heavily on weather, especially cloud cover. From optimal vantage points, the rocket's fiery ascent and the trail it leaves behind can be seen as far north as Jacksonville Beach and Daytona Beach, and as far south as Fort Pierce and West Palm Beach. The best viewing spots typically are along beaches and state parks that offer clear horizons facing the launch pads. For night or early morning launches, the visuals are particularly stunning, with the rocket illuminating the dark sky and creating breathtaking photographs of its luminous contrail. This adds an artistic dimension to the raw power of spaceflight, making these moments highly sought after by photographers and space enthusiasts alike. To assist those who want to witness this awe-inspiring event in person, here are some of the best spots on Florida's Space Coast: Playa Linda Beach and Canaveral National Seashore. Located almost directly in line with Launchpad 39A, these beaches provide some of the closest views of the rocket liftoff. Jetty Park Beach and Pier at Port Canaveral, a popular spot with a vantage point over the ocean, though parking fees apply here. Titusville's Spaceview Park and Parish Park along the Indian River give excellent eastward views across the water. Cocoa Beach area offers multiple parks such as Laurie Wilson Park and the Cocoa Beach Pier that are great for watching launches with added convenience of amenities. If you're north of the Space Coast, Volusia County offers spots such as South New Smyrna Beach and Daytona Beach, where launches look spectacular against the Atlantic. Further south in Indian River, St. Lucie, and Martin counties, several parks and beaches provide effective launch viewing areas, with varying accessibility and parking arrangements. Just remember, weather, crowd control, and local regulations may affect your experience, so planning ahead is key. Live updates and a live blog, including a countdown clock, will be available at floridatoday.com/space, with Florida Today's space reporters Rick Neal and Brooke Edwards providing continuous coverage along with visual journalists. And here's the spicy question: should launches be more publicized with fixed windows, or is the flexibility due to weather an unavoidable necessity that frustrates spectators? Also, how should communities manage the influx of visitors during these events? These remain open debates among space fans and local residents alike. For any questions or to share your launch experience, reach out to Rick Neal or Brooke Edwards via email, whose contact details are included with the live coverage. So, will you be there to catch the next space journey live? Let us know if you agree this is one of the most thrilling sights on Earth, or do you think the unpredictability and crowd challenges take away from the magic? Your thoughts could spark a lively discussion among fellow viewers. In summary, NASA's Crew-11 SpaceX launch is an event bursting with excitement, human achievement, and awe-inspiring visuals. Whether watching online through the expert Florida Today coverage, or standing on a scenic Floridian beach, this mission symbolizes humanity's ongoing quest to explore beyond our planet. A powerful reminder that sometimes the skies are more than the limit. Cumulus clouds cause scrub of SpaceX Crew-11 mission to ISS. Launch delayed. Clouds just grounded a space mission. Here's why it matters for the future of human spaceflight. Imagine standing on the launch pad seconds from blasting off to the International Space Station, only for a sudden weather change to force a delay. That's exactly what happened with NASA and SpaceX's Crew-11 mission, which was postponed due to cumulus clouds forming in a critical area. But here's where it gets controversial. The weather team had predicted a 90% chance of favorable conditions. So how did a low-probability event still derail the launch? Let's break it down and explore the human stories behind this high-stakes delay. The Crew-11 team, led by NASA astronaut Zena Cardman, was nearly ready to depart from Kennedy Space Center's Launch Complex 39A. Just over a minute before the scheduled liftoff, meteorologists spotted cumulus clouds in a restricted zone, triggering an automatic scrub. Keens are now eyeing August 1st, 2025 as the next possible launch date, pending weather clearance. But hold on, this isn't just about clouds. Weather experts warned that a weather front moving in by the weekend could bring even worse conditions, including storms and higher winds. We'll monitor showers and thunderstorms closely, said Steve Stick, NASA's Commercial Crew Program Manager. Yet the question remains, should NASA prioritize caution over schedule? Even when forecasts look mostly positive. Share your thoughts below. And this is the part most people miss. The rocket itself, Falcon 9 B-1094, has a history. It previously launched Starlink 1210 and Axiom Mission 4, but not without drama. During one landing, it experienced a liquid oxygen leak, a problem that reared its head again during pre-launch tests. SpaceX addressed it by replacing a faulty engine controller. But does reusing hardware with a troubled past raise safety concerns? Or is it a necessary step for cost-effective spaceflight? Discuss the trade-offs in the comments. Meanwhile, the Crew Dragon Endeavour is preparing for its 6th mission. Originally certified for up to 5 flights, NASA and SpaceX are now pushing to extend its lifespan to 15. Recent upgrades, like a reinforced heat shield and improved parachute system, were tested during the return of Axiom Mission 4. Even the crew's gear is evolving. Pilot Mike Finker will wear a new intravehicular activity (IVA) suit designed for better mobility in microgravity. Small changes, but they could redefine long-duration missions. Let's talk about the crew, because this mission is a story of second chances. Zena Cardman was initially set to command Crew 9 before being reassigned after Boeing's Starliner issues. For her, this is a first-time flight, but for Mike Finker, it's his 4th trip to the ISS. A full circle moment? His last mission was on the Space Shuttle Endeavour. Meanwhile, JAXA astronaut Kimiya Yui is returning to the station after a decade, this time overseeing the arrival of a new Japanese cargo vehicle. And Oleg Platonov, Roscosmos's first-time flyer, was pulled from the Soyuz mission due to medical concerns. A reminder that spaceflight is as much about human resilience as technology. The mission also highlights shifting dynamics in space partnerships. Platonov's seat on the Dragon comes from a NASA-Roscosmos agreement, a pragmatic move as geopolitical tensions strain collaboration. But does this reliance on seat swaps signal a new era of independent space travel? Or does it expose vulnerabilities in international cooperation? We'd love to hear your take. Ultimately, the Crew-11 delay underscores a universal truth. Space is unforgiving. Even with advanced tech and meticulous planning, nature has the final say, as teams prepare for August 1st. One thing is clear. This mission isn't just about reaching the ISS. It's about learning to adapt, innovate, and keep pushing boundaries. What do you think? Is this delay a setback or a necessary pause for reflection? Drop a comment and let's debate it out. SpaceX Crew Dragon launch delayed. What you need to know. Imagine the anticipation of blasting off into space, only to be thwarted by a few pesky clouds. That's exactly what happened to the SpaceX Crew Dragon mission, which was delayed due to weather conditions at the Kennedy Space Center. But here's where it gets interesting. The astronauts on board, including Zena Cardman, Stephanie Wilson, and Michael Finke, were originally scheduled for a different mission last year. They were bumped to make room for Starliner astronauts Barry Wilmore and Sunita Williams, who had to extend their stay in space due to issues with the Starliner's propulsion system. The launch, initially set for Thursday at 12:09 p.m. EDT, was scrubbed 67 seconds before takeoff when a cumulus cloud drifted over the launch pad. A SpaceX controller announced, "Hold, hold, hold, we are standing down for a violation of weather rules." The crew was informed. Bad luck on weather there. We just got clipped by a cumulus cloud right over the pad. So we ended up scrubbing for weather. Cardman, ever the professional, replied, "Too bad, but we'll be ready next time." The next launch opportunity is set for Friday at 11:43 a.m., weather permitting, with docking at the International Space Station scheduled for 3 a.m. Saturday. However, meteorologists predict slightly worsening conditions, with concerns about high winds and waves in the Atlantic Ocean that could affect a launch abort scenario. Cardman's journey to the ISS has been a bit of a roller coaster. She was initially expected to fly last fall as part of Crew 9, but she and Wilson were bumped to free up seats for Wilmore and Williams. This seat swap is a testament to the collaborative nature of space exploration. Cardman reflects, "If I think about it only as an individual and how it affected me, yes, of course, it was an unexpected change. But spaceflight is not about me or about any individual. It's about what we can do together. None of us can do this by ourselves." Period. The Crew-11 mission also includes Michael Finke, a seasoned astronaut with 3 flights under his belt, and Kimiya Yui from Japan. Both had trained for the Starliner mission, but were reassigned due to the spacecraft's issues. The 4th crew member is Russian cosmonaut Oleg Platonov, a space rookie who was originally scheduled to fly on a Soyuz. Platonov's inclusion is part of a joint US-Russian agreement to ensure continuous representation from both countries on the ISS. The Crew Dragon Endeavour, set to carry the astronauts, is making its 6th flight, a new record for NASA and SpaceX. Stephen Stitch, manager of NASA's Commercial Crew program, explained, "SpaceX is working to certify Crew Dragons for up to 15 flights. The Endeavour's flight history, performance, and test results have allowed NASA to clear it for a 6th flight. Once in orbit, the Crew Dragon will take about 16 hours to catch up with the ISS. After passing about 1,200 feet below the station, it will loop up, cross in front of the lab, and then move directly above the Forward Harmony module's space-facing port before docking. The crew will be greeted by Crew 10, who were launched on March 14th, and Soyuz MS-27/73S cosmonauts, who were launched from Kazakhstan on April 8th. Among the items Cardman will bring are personal items, including birthday cards from her father, a physicist who passed away last August, just before she was bumped from Crew 9. As for the duration of Crew-11's mission, it's still uncertain. Traditionally, long-duration crews have spent around 6 months in orbit, but NASA is considering extending stays to 8 months, similar to the Russians. This decision could impact the number of crew members and the amount of research conducted on the ISS. Stitch noted. We have a 6-month mission duration that we baseline, but we can extend the mission in real time as needed. For me, an additional 2 months in space would be a gift. This mission highlights the complexities and uncertainties of space travel, as well as the resilience and adaptability of astronauts. As Carbman puts it, spaceflight is not about me or about any individual. It's about what we can do together. And this is the part most people miss, the human element behind these missions. Each astronaut has a story, a journey, and a family waiting for them. As we watch these launches and missions unfold, let's remember the individuals who make space exploration possible. What do you think about the potential changes to crew duration and size? Should NASA aim for longer stays with fewer crew members or prioritize the amount of research conducted? Share your thoughts in the comments below.